Have you ever felt that audience is puzzled after listening to your speech? Have you ever felt, what did I really speak? Have you ever been questioned by somebody after your presentation? Can you speak a little bit more or explain us further so that we'll be able to get it? Now you will experience all these things if your communication is not clear. And in the previous video series, we discussed that clarity is an aspect of communication. And here in this video, we are going to give you 3 tools that will support you to improve the clarity of your communication. The first one is coming up with a tagline to bring your message out. Now, what do you mean by this? Let me put it to you as an example. People used to think money can buy everything. And we have demarcated people as rich, middle, and poor. And the rich could do anything with the money that they have. But today it has changed. Corona has taught that the demarcation is wrong. And money cannot buy everything. All of us are locked down. Whether you are rich, middle class, or poor, all of us need to stay at home and get ourselves safe. And if your immunization, the immunity system is good, you can survive. If not, your future is going to be at a risk. So my friends, after all, the nature has taught us it's not the money, but the health is the biggest wealth. It's not the money, but the health is the biggest wealth. Now, if you just listen to that keenly, you will be able to understand that there was something at the end that was repeated. It is not the money, but the health is the biggest wealth. And that's a kind of a tagline. I wanted to tell the audience, beyond money, there's something more to survive, and that is health. And health is something bigger than the money that you have. To tell that, I have brought a tagline telling, it's not the money, but the health is the biggest wealth. And that is fewer than 15 words and easy to remember. And there are lots of examples. If you take here in Sri Lanka, in Sinhala, you have Api Venuwen Napi. There's a video going on, but the tagline is Api Venuwen Napi. And then you have what got you here won't get you there. And then you can use prevention is better than cure. So all these are taglines which you can use to support, to bring your message out clearly. So the first one that I want you to work on is come up with a tagline which is fewer than 15 words to bring your message out. And once you do that, next is to build a story. Have a story to support your message. Because we all would like to listen to stories from the very young days, and even today we would love to listen to stories. Because when you tell a story, people will remember the story, and the message that you are trying to bring through that will always be remembered. Now, if you take a look at how I brought the health is wealth, I had a story that I told you. People used to think that there were 3 groups, rich, middle class, and poor, and money can buy everything. And then I told you about the current scenario and came to a conclusion. So that was a story. And that story had the message in it. And if you can remember the story, you will definitely remember the message. So the second option that you can use, the second tool that you can use to bring the clarity out is to have a story on top of the tagline, the message that you developed. And the third one, it's about having a comparison. Because comparison, brings clarity. In that previous story which I shared with you, I had 2 scenarios. First one, having money, what people did, and then Corona attack, and now what we think. Money, this is the level that you can go. If you are healthy, this is the level that you can go. So 2 different scenarios, money and health. And then at the end, I combined together and told you that health is wealth, and it's the biggest wealth about money. So when you have a comparison, it's easy for people to get your point much more clearly. So these are the 3 tools that I would like to suggest you to use to improve the clarity of your communication. The first one is to come up with a tagline to bring your message out, which should be fewer than 15 words, and make it much more rhyming so that people will get it and memorize it quite easily. And then have a story on top of your message, because people will remember the story so that they will remember the message. And at the end, have a comparison in between the story so that people will be able to understand, if I do it this way, what will happen? If I do it this way, what will happen? So what's the best? The clarity will always be improved. So my friends, use these 3 tools to improve the clarity in your communication.